the simulation of the whole command group process.
They'd send another.
You guys together conferring are going to figure out which units come from where.
Centralism?
I don't know, man.
Is this seniority?
Is this a democratic centralist process?
Is
Do we vote on
seniority,
this?
though?
Do these guys get to vote?
Well, this is a military unit. There's no.
Do you have that map of the tunnels?
Yeah,
It's right there,
right in front of you.
This is it.
No, this. Deep, 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 deep.
I see.
That's
So
the
little
board.
Okay, so last night when you left the Americans, where were they?
Maybe you should get some intelligence.
Let's go look at their map.
Oh, right. No.
Since the combat all came from here last night, and the retreat was here last night, this is where, because they're Americans and they think in lines.
We are gorillas.
Exactly, because they're Americans and they think in
our
static
terms.
lines, they will think that we're going to come from here. So we set up a feint this way, and then you come in through the tunnels.
What do the Americans do when they go into an area like this right off the bat?
Well, yeah, I mean
They set up big weapons in stone buildings.
they might do something else.
What else might they do?
They might sit in a huge response force, all waiting for us to show up somewhere and all come there. Yeah, I think we also should be in a position to use what we find out very, very quickly. Have guys moving up so that if we find, this, that, and this, we can chew it off and start fighting with it. Do what we do, cause damage, and retreat. I know it's a raid. We're not supposed to retake the town. I'm not retaking the town.
Why can't we retake the town?
Because that's not what we're supposed to do.
Well, maybe if we can, though. Let's wipe them out. Let's wipe them out. That's the only thing I'm here for. I want to wipe them off the board. That's my idea.
That's cool. There's a good point to bringing up a feint, that there is something else to deal with. If, our forces are only showing up here, and they can start sending people from other sections in to deal with us, that wouldn't happen if there was other things going on.
Let's say we deploy 2 companies and then have a 3rd one in reserve.
I don't think we should have anything in reserve. I think putting 2 companies together forms a reserve, because the first company that starts fighting, I don't know, even as it goes all the way down and into actions, I always keep a reserve even at the smallest level, even if there's 3 squads out there.
Okay. So do we have like one group attack over land, one group go through the tunnels, and then another group from over here?
It's going to be a little problem with those tunnels, guys.
When you're in the tunnels, you can only stack 1 unit because they're very narrow. You're not going to be able to get a lot of guys through there rapidly.
We have recce at 2 edges of the board.
Yeah, we're allowed to send in 2 detachments right now.
Well, let's find out what's here and what's here.
Well, I think we could still come across a general idea.
Would you come to a goddamn command decision here?
Yeah, you're in the motor pool.
I've had enough of this consensus system of organization.
I think
I want to kill Americans.
we should send.
They're no better than the French.
This thing here is a helipad. There's a couple choppers coming in. It's a LZ. These things I'm placing down are barbed wire.
Ooh, they are fast. They actually made them work overnight.
It was George.
These 2 buildings are rubbled. These buildings are blasted. They're completely level. There's nothing there. They're just open terrain.
Okay.
And there's just wire here. Here. Wire continues around.
It's too much wire. Let's forget it.
Did you notice that tunnel is on the outside of the wire?
Yeah, but don't you think? I mean, when they're thinking about it, like they've got that whole building is just chock filled with American soldiers.
There's some movement of these things around.
Whatever work begins.
You figured there's about 2 of those somewhere in the camp.
Right. Yeah, we figure they're parked out in the courtyard with laundry strung between them. Okay.
And they have moved a few troops in through that heliport.
Do we care about the heliport?
No.
They're not keeping choppers there.
Okay.
Right? They just land and they fly away.
And they might be reinforced through that, but that's about it.
Why
If I
not?
were the American soldier, commander, I would be setting up machine guns and light machine guns to create crossfire at certain points. One would be here, right?
Well, sure, they'd want to cover all the roads.
Right, so they'd be covering that road. So they'll probably have a machine gun right in here and something in that building. Create a line of fire, right?
I think we should just, wherever we show up in enough force to maintain a local superiority, because they're going to have to be covering everything. We don't.
Yeah, but then we're all jammed together, and then as soon as they land the first, 105 millimeters, everything's all over.
Well, yeah, but that's not entirely true. Cause
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you 1 more minute.
Let's change the plan. We'll attack from here and here.
Okay, well, what's the difference between putting some guys out through here to eventually get?
Well, I
over
like the
there?
idea of creating a feint here, and then like a real feint, small feint, and then sending some troops back here while concentrating on here. I get one company, right, to do this maneuver, and you get 2 companies to do the other maneuver.
To do the big punch,
To do the big punch.
if you want to do that, but
Well,
I just think it's important to keep a big punch as possible, because they can't be everywhere, so we want to overwhelm them.
why don't we concentrate on these 2 buildings, capture this building, and then they come out through here with my second group coming here to...
Or here's the deal: we come in here to go around that way because we want to withdraw that way, and
Well, do you want the feint or not?
Okay, guys, that's it.
I think it's important.
And the other thing is, I want to know what time you're coming in,
What time?
day or night.
Night.
He says night. He should know.
What
this.
time
I
is
say
it?
we drink beer, smoke cigarettes, wait till night.
Okay, what time of night should you have smoked enough cigarettes and drank enough beer? 11? 2?
Well, they can see this.
Here, no,
Oh, they
don't,
can see
don't.
the tunnel.
Here. Yes, they know what's there, but what they don't exactly know is what we exactly know.